So again, setup wise, again, the stuff we've talked about and the changes again sort of setting in now, they look pretty good. The one focus, and again, we say one as the only thing, this right hip for you has got to start moving better in the back. Okay, so previously you would slide through, so your knee kind of moving into that red line, so it would restrict your backswing a little bit. Your arms would be sort of lifting a little bit too high, then you're sort of sliding into that red line there. Makes it very difficult for you to want to shift your body this way, okay? So what would happen is you generally sort of pivot and rotate, swing the club across the golf ball, pull it or cut it, okay? So you've got to focus now solely on that right hip. Again, you see the movement. That there's probably a little bit exaggerated. That's almost like a straightening of the leg as opposed to kind of a pivot. I mean, I'm not saying keep the knee flexed. It will straighten a little bit, but don't just lock it back here. We're just exactly, we're just sort of turning that right hip, and what's going to happen is the movement of that right hip is going to cause that leg to do what it wants to do. It's not you just sort of just locking that leg back.
I think it's just to exaggerate.
I understand that. Yeah, and that kind of makes sense. I don't mind people sort of making exaggerations, obviously. So in this swing here now, you can see as you go back, yes, you didn't move off the green line, but you haven't moved into the green line. So effectively, you've maintained some element of where you are, and you've got a better, fuller turn, yeah? I mean, not by trying to say, swing the club further. You just made a better turn because you're able to, because the hips have pivoted better, the shoulders have therefore turned better, and now this hip can start moving this way. So we come into impact. That's a pretty good impact position, mate. Yeah. Head's nice on top of the goal ball there, just behind it, okay? Lead arm, club handle, shaft, everything compressing the ball nicely, getting a nice launch angle, we said, in that low 20 area. Whereas before we were getting like 25, 26 and upwards. Losing yard is left, right and centre, okay? And you swing through here now, you have finished in balance, nicely up on that left side, whereas obviously before, because of the shift and the slide, now we sort of move back, hands a bit behind the ball there. As you swing through, you try to get through, but your weight hasn't sort of really held back. And then after the shot, obviously, you're falling backwards, okay? And that's just more of an after sort of reaction to where your weight was trying to get there. And the thing is, because you're still fit, young and healthy, you can kind of do, for the most part, you get on your left side, but it will still eventually catch you out where you're like, oh no, and you'll fall back, So that's the plan. Again, obviously, that's with an 8 or a 7 on. That's with a driver. More club head speed, more things going to cause, and it's a nightmare, okay? So the only focus, and I sent that video through to you with that guy doing that kind of boomerang shot, you're moving that hip, so if needs be, if you've got alignment stick them in the ground, stick them in the ground there on your right hip, okay, and move that way. Just again, you can do that against a wall at home or a chair leg or anything, just put something on the side there, or whatever, and just make some of those swings this way, turning and rotating. And like I say, it's the pelvic movement around this way that's going to cause that right hip to move. It's not you just taking your right hip and going and just dropping in here, but the fact you move that right hip, like you said, you felt the left knee, you felt more aware of the left knee's movement, kind of in that diagonal way this way. In the past, your left knee's kind of gone forwards rather than rotating, okay? But you're turning and pivoting around the body this way, which creates this hip movement coming behind you. And from there again, when you've done that, now you're moving towards target. And like I say, similarly to what you did, if you were to throw a ball, your weight would be going forwards before your arm starts coming down. You wouldn't sort of get back on your back and then start moving everything together, would you? Yeah, no. It'd be a pivot and a rotation, and then you come back. So from here now, we're already, and again, this is something we'll probably get a bit more detail on from here. That guy's swing on the video, he was trying to move his weight to the left side. Now, you kind of start doing it as your club starts coming down, yeah? So it's a fraction late. I wouldn't worry about that at the moment. It's just something to sort of be aware of probably for next session, I would say, something you've already booked in, you said. Yeah. Get this hip movement better, and then we'll just get you moving that body a little bit earlier. And it will seem like about 3 seconds earlier. In reality, it'll be tiny, like fractions, okay? Because you're not far away, okay? The movement's there, just to get a slightly better sequence, but that hip's got to be the first thing to focus on. Get that dialed in.
With this, with the hip rotation, would you kind of say, I had that arm, that leg straight, right, like that?
Yeah. Would I it doesn't want to be straight.
No, if I was leaning over, and would I kind of like?
It will straighten a smidge. You don't be dipping down. No, you don't dip down. No, so we don't want to be doing.
No that. Dipping down.
Yeah, so you're basically maintaining your. There, exactly. Yeah. So you're maintaining your posture. Yeah.
No, I don't.
There you go. There you go.
Okay. I'm getting that.
So if I'm here now with the kind of this sort of exaggerate, if I'm here now and doing that, I'm maintaining my posture, and my hips are doing. I'm not sort of going like that,
That's a good way.
Or I'm going kind of dropping down here. I'm trying to swing my arms like a helicopter or an aeroplane on the angle, but maintaining this angle here now, yeah?
I'm definitely going to try that, because I think...
Yeah. It's so easy when you start moving that right to do this and you go...
Yeah, once you get that movement and you can feel it.
You try so hard to move the hip, but other body parts then overdo it, and then you end up causing another fault down the line somewhere else, so yeah. Okay, mate?
Yeah, thank you.
Very good, mate. Very, very good indeed.